Jai Shri Ram. Mahabharata Esoterica. We are looking at Bhishma Parva. The sub-parvas are Jambudvipa Narmana Parva, Bhumi Parva, Bhagavad Gita Parva, Bhishma Vadha Parva. So remember, Bhagavad Gita occurs in the Bhishma Parva, which is the 6th chapter of the Mahabharata. So now both sides began preparing for the war, and there were a lot of rules. Evening the battle was to be stopped, and members of both the parties can mix and spend time together. Just imagine. So discussions could be held. Weapons cannot be used in the evening after the battle is over. And when a person is leaving the battlefield, he should not be attacked. A man on an elephant should fight with a man on an elephant. So a cavalryman should fight with another cavalryman, that is on horseback. Foot soldier infantry should fight with infantry. So one should not interfere with a person who is fighting with another, or when he seeks refuge, or when he is running away. Servants who are helping the horses or helping the soldiers or charioteers are used to, or who bring arrows and weapons to the field, or drum beaters, should not be harmed. Just imagine what an elaborate code of conduct. This dharma yuddham, this concept was there in our society. But with the arrival of mlecha culture from the desert culture, then all these things vanished. Battle, in fact, even within the Mahabharata, all these rules were violated after some time. So what this means is, war is basically deception. War is deception. Once there is war, you cannot avoid deception. The other fellow will indulge in deception, and if you cannot counter, if you cannot outfox that fellow, then you will be defeated. And it is very dangerous to lose a battle. It is always safer to win. So in the modern day battle, there is no question of any dharma. Unfortunately, kings like Prithviraj Chauhan, Prataparudra, Ramaraya, all of them failed to understand Islam and Christianity. Many kings also failed to understand. Had they done Purva Paksha, due diligence, that means studying the Bible and the Quran, then they would have understood that these religions are imperialistic, aggressively predatory, proselytizing. And then, had we done that minimum bit of reading and understanding them, then we would not have been enslaved by the Muslim invaders for 800 years and the Britishers for 200 years. So the concept of dharma yuddha is unique only in Indian culture, Sanatana Dharma. Now, on the eve of the war, Vedavyasa came to Dhritarashtra and asked him whether he would like to witness the war. Dhritarashtra said no, he can only hear, because he didn't want to see his sons dying. So Vedavyasa gave this divine vision to Sanjaya, so that he could go to the war field and move within the with a sort of holographic kind of body, astral body, without being hurt, and he could be there and he could witness and hear every line, every dialogue. He could also visualize the inner feelings of the person. So that is how Sanjaya could visualize the inner feelings, the psychological makeup of the person. And Vyasa, on the request of Dhritarashtra, informed that the omens are indicative of success and which omens are indicative of defeat. So he gave a small lesson on that. Sanjaya described the various armies, the kings and the islands and mountains, rivers, kingdom, and all the kings who assembled from different parts of the world, the entire globe. And in this Bhishma Parva, on the death of Bhishmacharya, Sanjaya returns and informs Dhritarashtra about how the 10 days battle took place and Bhishma fell to the ground. And also Sanjaya reports the Bhagavad Gita. Before the battle began, anyway, Krishna advised Arjuna to make a prayer to Durga Devi. So Krishna told Arjuna to pray to Durga Devi. So we have this Durga Stuti composed by Arjuna. That is also very interesting, very lovely to learn and chant. And so Arjuna wanted Krishna to station the Rath in front, and so that he could survey. And Krishna placed the chariot at a suitable place so that Arjuna could see, and Arjuna felt terribly sad and miserable. It was not fear. There was no fear. Arjuna never experienced any fear in battle. Only once, when he was fighting Nivata Kavachas. Nivata Kavachas, 3 crore of them Arjuna single-handedly killed. Even Ravanasura could not defeat them. So Nivata Kavachas, that means people wearing an impregnable armor. That was the time when Arjuna confesses that he was filled with terror, because these people were coming in hordes like waves, and the more you kill, the more seem to be pouncing, and all his efforts seemed not to be working. So Arjuna, for the first time in his entire life, Arjuna experienced fear only when fighting Nivata Kavachas. Okay. Now, so in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna delivered the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was actually misplaced sympathy, compassion, not fear. So he felt that it is better to even live by begging. So that is Bhagavad Gita, that we are already discussing. Arjuna gained his strength, and Arjuna regained his strength and composure and promised to fight. After the Bhagavad Gita was over, Yudhishthira went barefoot, removing his armor, to Bhishma, Drona, Kripa and Shalya, and took their blessings. And all the 4 of them said that they are happy and glad that Yudhishthira, he lives by dharma. He took their blessings, and but for this conduct they would have cursed him. And Bhishma also said, see, Bhishma, Drona, Shalya, Krupacharya, all of them referred to themselves as Kleba. Kleba means impotent. That means they claim that they have become impotent because they have, they have been under obligation. Inka namak khaya hai. So this is how they described. All of them use the same word. And Bhishma said, you go and now come again to find out the means of killing me. Bhishma also said, later you come and find out how you can kill me. That is on the 9th night they all go. So Bhishma says, if Shikhandi is in front of me, I will not fight. Though Shikhandi was a male, Maharatha, I will not fight. Then you can finish me off. Because Bhishma knew. Unless Bhishma dies, there is no question of winning the war. Dronacharya said nobody could kill him as long as the weapons were with him, the bow was with him. So you can annihilate, destroy me, kill me only when I leave that. So Krupacharya also said, you cannot kill me, nobody can kill me. But I am very glad with your attitude and you will definitely be successful. I will pray for that. Krupacharya incidentally is a Chiranjeevi. Okay. Shalya promised that he will do the needful, launch a psychological war on Karna, and he said he will stick to that promise. Thereafter all the conches were blown. Bhishma fought for 10 days and there are some major events. On the first day Shalya killed Uttara, son of Virata. Bhishma killed Shweta, the elder son of Virata. And second day Bhishma routed the entire army of Kalinga and King Bhanumanta and his son Shakra and also his commanders Shrutayubu and others. Drishtadyumna formed the Krauncha Vyuha. Vyuha is a phalanx, arrangement of soldiers in a particular way, making it difficult for the opponent to enter, and at the same time they will be able to trap the enemy. Arjuna and Abhimanyu fought exceeding well. Third day Bhishma formed the Garuda Vyuha and Pandavas in reply formed the Ardhachandra Vyuha. Unable to bear the onslaught of Bhishma and seeing the massacre of thousands and tens of thousands, Krishna jumped from the chariot and wanted to kill Bhishma. That is the third day. However, at the request of Arjuna, Krishna returned to the position as a charioteer. Many the Devas, the Danavas, all the celestial beings, they were witnessing this battle. It is almost like a stadium, a cricket match is going on. So they are all witnessing it. Arjuna used Mahendra Astra to prevent Bhishma from massacring the army further. Bhurishrava was also involved. On the fourth day, the battle was even more worse. Pitched battle, Gajavyuha was formed by Drishtadyumna, and Drishtadyumna killed Shala, son of Samyamani. Bhima killed a number of elephants. He also killed 6 brothers of Duryodhana. One fellow name was Shushena and all that. So when the name is complained in the evening by Duryodhana to Bhishma, Duryodhana complains. Duryodhana actually on that night, fourth night, Bhima and Ghatotkacha wreaked havoc on the Kaurava army. So Duryodhana was very worried and asked Bhishma, how is it that these fellows are actually winning? Then Bhishma tells him, Baba, wherever Krishna and Arjuna are there, victory is guaranteed. Yatho dharma tadho, yatho Krishna tato dharma, yatho dharma tato jaya. In short, yatho Krishna tato dhaya, tato vijaya. Jaya. So Bhishma said, Yaar, you cannot beat Krishna, come on, but I am doing my bit. In the fight between Bhagadatta and Bhima, Bhima swooned for a short while. So Bhagadatta was a powerful fellow actually, the son of Narakasura, father-in-law of Duryodhana. Okay, his daughter Bhanumati married Duryodhana. Fifth day, Bhishma formed a crocodile formation. Pandavas formed the hawk formation. Bhurishrava killed 10 sons of Satyaki. Satyaki and Bhurishrava fought a severe battle. Arjuna destroyed about 25,000 chariots. Sixth day, Makaravyuha by the Kauravas. Pandavas formed the Krauncha Vyuha. Krauncha is a bird. And Drishtadyumna used Mohana Astra. And many Kaurava warriors went into slumber. And the Dronacharya released several celestial weapons, including the Vajrastra. Bhima and Duryodhana fought. Duryodhana swooned, fainted, and he ran away. Bhima annihilated the entire army of Panchala, King Panchala. Seventh day, Duryodhana complained about this defeat again to Bhishma. Then Bhishma gave him a medicine called Vishalyakarani, by which Duryodhana's wounds were quickly cured and he became pretty strong. And Vajravyuha was created. Indra used Indrastram against Kauravas. And the Rakshasa known as Alambasura was introduced, 7th day, by Duryodhana. And he fought against Satyaki, and he also used Ahindra Astra. And anyway, severe battle was fought between Ghatotkacha and Bhagadatta, Chekitana, Krupacharya. Shikhandi used Varunastra, and the same was effectively countered by Shalya. 8th day, Pandavas formed the Shringataka Vyuha. Bhima killed 8 brothers of Duryodhana. Iravanta, son of Arjuna and Ulupi, son of Arjuna through a Nagakanya, Ulupi. He participated in the war. He killed 6 brothers. And Iravanta, Arjuna's son of Ulupi, was killed by Alambasura. Iravan killed 6 brothers of Shakuni in the battle. And Duryodhana pressed Alambasura, and Iravanta was killed by Alambasura. Ghatotkacha fought with Duryodhana. Duryodhana was defeated by Ghatotkacha, and Duryodhana ran away from the battlefield. And Bhishma advised Duryodhana, listen, he is a Rakshasa, you don't fight with Rakshasas. Get Rakshasas to fight with Rakshasas. So Alambasura was sent, and Ghatotkacha killed Alambasura. Actually, Alambasura was killed on the 9th day. Anyway, in fact, interestingly, on the 8th day, Duryodhana was getting more and more frustrated because Bhima was killing all his brothers. Even on the 8th day, he killed some 10 brothers, set of 7 brothers. Okay. Then Duryodhana told Bhishma, Arey, Baba, please give up the war. Let Karna come and participate. Interesting, isn't it? Duryodhana is telling Bhishma, enough of your commandership. Please leave. Let Karna come. Maybe he will win the war. As Karna took a decision not to fight as long as Bhishma is in the battlefield. And Bhishma countered it by saying, listen man, I am annihilating more than 10,000 warriors every day. What can I do? Don't get frustrated, I will do a little more, something like that. Ninth day, Bhishma formed the Sarvato Bhadra Yuha. Abhimanyu had to attack Rakshasa Alambasura. Arjuna fought with Kripacharya and Bhishma. Satyaki attacked Dronacharya and Ashwathama. Arjuna used the Vayavyastra against the Trigarthas, and Dronacharya and all of them fought. Bhima single-handedly began smashing the entire army of elephants. Arjuna wiped out the Trigarthas. They ran away from the battlefield. Bhishma wiped out Chedi, Kashi, Karusha. Thousands of men, warriors were annihilated. Again on the ninth day, Sri Krishna jumped from the chariot, picked up a chariot wheel and wanted to kill Bhishma. Because Arjuna was not fighting with the fullest extent. But Arjuna again caught Krishna's feet, pacified Krishna, and he said he will fight more strongly. Because Arjuna still had some, compassion for Bhishma, because Bhishma was the grandfather. So, Yudhishthira wanted to meet again Bhishma, and if he continues the next day, the entire army of Pandavas would be smashed. So, accordingly, they all went to Bhishma, and Bhishma said, yes, let Arjuna fight with me, keeping Shikhandi in his chariot, and I will not then fight. And thus on the last day, 10th day, a severe battle was fought by Bhishma. All warriors concentrated on Bhishma. Pandavas were opposing him. Kauravas were protecting him. Arjuna asked Shikhandi to aim at Bhishma continuously, as Bhishma would not look at him. And on that day, Dronacharya could notice evil omens, and they tried to protect Bhishma. Arjuna pierced Bhishma's body with several thousands of arrows, much against his own wish. Dushasana tried to, somehow protect Bhishma by, diverting Arjuna's arrows, but that was not possible. Finally, Bhishma fell. He fell from his chariot. Celestial drums were beaten, flowers were showered by the Devas, and that the Devas reminded Bhishma that this is not an auspicious time to leave his body, because Bhishma had a Ichha Mrityu. So he waited for 58 days on the Astra Shayana till the Uttarayana began, and both sides stopped the war. Now this Uttarayana concept, Bhishma stayed back because he had to give lot of knowledge, Raja Dharma, Apad Dharma, many other dharmas, Brahmana Dharma, Kshatriya Dharma, Varna Ashrama Dharma, all dharmas Krishna requested Bhishma to tell them to all the Kauravas, including Yudhishthira. And Krishna ensured that Bhishma never felt any pain. In fact, Bhishma himself said he never felt any pain, because he in his life never had hurt anybody, never insulted a Brahmin. He was always respectful. So he said all the punyam acquired by serving Brahmins. You see, those were the days when you had authentic Brahmins who were learned in the Vedas and who were friends of all. Brahmin means one who is a friend of all, who wishes the welfare of all. Such a person is a Brahmin. Because the Veda says, Kuryad anyad nava kuryat maitro brahmana uchyate. So whether he does the rituals or not, one who is a friend of all mankind is a Brahmin. So Bhishma served all these Brahmins, not harassing them. So he never felt, and Bhishma refused to preach, but then Krishna said, I want to listen to you. So Bhishma, being a devotee of Krishna, obliged, and whatever knowledge he had, he gave it to them. But he lay on the Astra Sayana to he accepted death only when the sun went into the Uttarayana. But that does not mean, it has not to be taken literally. Actually, that Uttarayana, that path is not to be, it is not time, it is the path. That means if you live like a karma yogi, you will go by Uttarayana. If you live like a karma bhogi, karmat, then you will go by Dakshinayana and you will be reborn. That is the difference between Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So Bhishma wanted a pillow, not an ordinary pillow. These Kauravas went and got some nice pillows. Bhishma said sorry. So Arjuna provided a suitable pillow with arrows, and Arjuna also provided Parjanyastra. Using Parjanyastra, he brought water deep down from the earth and quenched his thirst. So Duryodhana came to him with folded hands, looked at the grandfather. Bhishma repeated the advice that it would be better for Duryodhana if he compromises with Pandavas, and then because nobody can defeat Arjuna and no one knows the celestial weapons that are known to Arjuna. Bhishma finally told Duryodhana that at least now, Baba, patch up with them, no more war, because you can't defeat Arjuna. But he would not listen. Duryodhana saluted Bhishma, silently left the place. After everyone left, Karna came to Bhishma and gave his obeisances, namaste and all that, sought his blessings. And Bhishma then said that all along he was criticizing and probably insulting Karna because of Karna's bad attitude toward the Pandavas. But he was a son of the sun god, he knew that, and he could have prevented the war by joining the Pandavas. Bhishma said, you should have prevented the war by joining the Pandavas. So Karna confessed, no, that is not possible, I could not have done it, I could not betray my friend. Though Bhishma also agreed, I know you were under obligation, but it cannot be undone also. But he told Bhishma, advised Karna, don't fight with any malice or anger, and blessed him. And Bhishma also said, I knew very well your valor, charity and all your devotion to Vedic scholars. So Bhishma blessed Karna. That is how it is also said that Vedavyasa says, we must read the Bhishma Parva with dedication and you will be blessed with prosperity and bliss, because the Bhishma Parva teaches you many things about Vedanta. Thus, that is how the Bhishma Parva ends. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. Please pass it on. Jai Shri Ram.